connection. Uh-oh. Okay. Good morning from Dalat, Vietnam. I'm sitting here having my pistachio milk latte. Sorry, this connection might not be the best over here. I think I'm going to keep going and just know that the recording will put it all together. So I've been compiling a mental list of things that I'm excited to have back in the United States, as well as things that I'm going to miss in Vietnam. And some of them are funny, some of them are serious. Hey Mary. And so here we go. So the first thing that comes to mind that I'm going to be excited to have in the United States is sidewalks, because traffic, which is the next topic, is going along, and there'll be motorbikes and street food vendors or all sorts of stuff that are in your way, so you have to step into the street, and it's just very common. The streets are also kind of dirty sometimes, which, oh man, I'm bummed that this connection is weak, but I know it's recording. So traffic laws. I've shown you the roundabout videos of you just keep going and keep moving around, and you know, it's I haven't seen as many accidents or heard of as many accidents as I thought that I would, but still I can definitely see the importance of traffic laws and safety laws. I was walking along the sidewalk with some friends a couple nights ago, and there was a huge hole in the sidewalk, and it was nighttime. And luckily, one of us saw it and said, "Oh my God, watch out," because, you know, in the United States, there would be cones around it, and hopefully we would prevent people from falling in. But so I miss safety laws. I miss being able to blend in, and this has been a good lesson in being the minority and all of that. But people staring at me all the time when I walk into a cafe, especially street food, and no one speaks English, and I'm pointing and I'm trying to, you know, figure it out, and everyone's staring at me. So it's just a little bit more of an intense experience. And if you're all in a crappy mood, it's just really irritating. I'm also gonna miss toilet paper. You never go on an adventure, especially out into like some, you know, park or something, and not bring toilet paper. So I'm gonna miss that nice perk that we have in the United States. I'm also going to miss people who are concerned that when a mouse, rat, or cockroach is in my vicinity, that they're concerned about it too, and that they also feel compelled to remove that from the vicinity or the earth. People get very used to it, but luckily I have gotten more used to it, which is a good thing for me, because although I did scream pretty loudly about a giant cockroach a couple nights ago, but you know, I'm doing better in general. Hey Lisa, hey T, good to see you guys. I miss my dairy and soy-free lattes. I mean, I'm making it happen where I'm bringing my own milk and making it happen, but I love that almond milk is at all cafes now in the United States, or at least in the West. That is super awesome. In that regard, I'm also, hey Ava, I'm gonna miss my gluten, dairy, soy, sugar-free shopping and buying meat that I know, at least judging by the label, that is wild and organic and free range and all of that. So I'm gonna love that. I'm gonna love being back on my diet. And I'm also gonna love cooking, which is a huge thing. You've never heard me say that before in all of my years. I'm excited to go buy those things at the grocery store and cook, because I have been eating 3 meals out a day, roughly, for almost 5 months. And I have a noodle belly to show for it. So I'm excited for the noodle belly to leave. Mattresses, I'm excited. I've gotten used to it. If you remember my very first night in my apartment in Hoi An, I actually cried because the mattress was so hard, and I was like, yeah, I didn't know I'd be able to sleep on it. My current mattress that I'm on is actually just about that hard, but I've gotten used to it. But I'm gonna be excited about my mattress when I go home. And then finally, of course, I'm very excited to go back to my friends and family. That's the ultimate, right? So there's also a list of things that I will miss about Vietnam. The first thing that comes to mind is rice noodles, hence my belly. So, yeah, you know, and having noodle soup for breakfast, which is lovely in Dalat where it's cool. In Hoi An, when it was hot and you were sweating and eating noodles, hot soup, that was kind of weird. But I really do enjoy the hot soup for breakfast. So, and then rice noodles everywhere and in every form, which is awesome. I'm obviously going to miss the price of everything. My 50-cent motorcycle taxi that I take places, my dollar meals for the street food. But you know, of course, it's all relative. And then I'm gonna miss street food. And what's nice about street food, and there's like vendors in the carts, but then there's also, I'm calling street food, which I've been told it still is, when you're in someone's garage, house, whatever, like, which is every house on the main streets has some sort of a shop underneath it, whatever they're selling. And it's so simple because they're usually just serving 1, 2, or 3 things. And it's quick. You just go in. It's so nice being a solo traveler and not needing to make a big production about going out to dinner or going out to whatever. You just go, you sit down in your tiny little plastic bench and you point to whatever food. You know, luckily I don't have any super strict dietary like allergies, because sometimes you have no idea what you're getting. But it's just a nice, I was looking around yesterday and I actually had a little clip in my story of getting my bon con, which is awesome. I'm gonna try to figure out how to cook that. Is that it's just like this nice morning. It's like everyone going to coffee, but you just sit down and you have your meal, and it's this sense of community, which is actually leaning into the next thing that I'm gonna miss, is the sense of community on every street. So I'm here at one of my favorite bistros, which is it's a fancier place. So I treat myself here a couple days a week. But on my way here, there's, you know, just a little alleyway, and you've got people selling the banh mi, you've got people sitting out having coffee, you've got the kids running around, and there's so many places. There's just this sense of real small community, like it was just this street walking up here. Hey Greg, good to see you. So I'm gonna miss that. I think that, you know, the US has got I'm also going to miss coffee culture, and this is very European too, so you could go to Europe and have that, but there are way too many coffee shops in the sense that there's no way they're making money because they're empty most of the time. But the idea that everyone first thing in the morning goes and sits and has their coffee and is served this like tea, this weak tea that everyone serves instead of water. It's just, again, that's that sense of community, which I think is kind of an overarching sense here. While I'm also going to love traffic laws, I'm going to miss no traffic laws, because what I do appreciate about traffic is that there's a flow, and I learned after the first few weeks to not stop, whether you're walking, bicycling, motorbiking, driving. You keep moving, even if it's at, you know, 2 miles an hour, and everyone is expecting and everyone's judging, you know, how fast you're going and when they can go, and it works most of the time. It's great, and I'm going to miss that as I'm, you know, sitting in that stop at traffic lights. I'm going to miss the sprayer hose in the bathroom. I'm not going to get too detailed into that. It seemed kind of weird at first, but when you're missing toilet paper sometimes, it can come in handy. It's just good to be clean, so I'm going to miss that sprayer hose everywhere you go. In Dalat, I'm going to miss the OMG Dance Studio, which I posted my video in my feed. I'm loving the people there and the classes. So, and then finally, I'm going to miss my new friends that I made in Vietnam, who have, some of them have become like family, and hopefully I will be meeting up with them somewhere around the world again. So, hey Tammy. So that's my list of things that I'm excited for, and then things that I know I'm going to miss about Vietnam. Today is Thursday, and I fly back to San Francisco in 8 days. So cheers to my pistachio milk latte, and to all of you back at home.